on YouTube as well. Let me just check if everything is working properly. Okay, fantastic. Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again to Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul learning series by wavestrategy.com. And today we are going to be looking at markets in a very different way. As I have talked about, we are going to check volume profile on the markets. We are going to look at wave pattern. What is the wave pattern that we can see, how it's going to behave. Finally, Bank Nifty absolutely is showing some kind of a positive traction, which we have not seen in the past. Finally, that has happened. But Nifty abhi bhi struggle kar raha hai. You can clearly see that Nifty is not managing to break out anywhere, just stuck in a range. In fact, 15,650 to 15,700 ka jo zone hai, it's acting like a magnet. I talked about magnetic levels. I think few months back when I was talking, when Nifty was just stuck and trying to break out. This time also that level is acting like a magnet, and there is a reason. Q 15,700, why 15,700 is indeed acting as a magnet to the market, because of huge volumes that has taken at that price point. That is what we are going to see on the volume profile front. So it's very interesting, and today I'm also going to be talking at NSC Investor Awareness Program at 5, which is going to be happening. I'm going to talk about a lot of things there, and we are conducting a webinar tomorrow again at 5 o'clock, which is open for all of you also, which will be on trading candlesticks and Bollinger Bands. So if you want to participate in that webinar, you are more than welcome to register on wavestrategy.com/webinar, where you can get a lot of details. Okay, so it's very interesting to see that so many of you are here now, and let us very quickly take the poll. Where do you think Nifty is headed from here on by the coming week? Where do you think the markets are going to be going from here on? I'm taking a very quick poll right now, and let me just do that over here. What is the Nifty trend for the coming week by the coming Friday? And many of you who are on who are on YouTube watching me live, if you want to join me on the Zoom platform, be a part here and ensure that you are also participating in the videos polling that we conduct. You can do that by simply visiting and clicking on the link. My colleague is going to share across the link in order for you to join across from YouTube over here. So here is the link which you can join, and this is Friday at 4 webinar that we keep conducting. The reason we conduct this webinar is to just ensure that you keep learning. So markets में बहुत सारी चीजें जो बहुत अच्छे से चलती है. Volume profile is one of those. Wave pattern is also one of those. So हम वो चीजों के बारे में बात करेंगे and discuss करेंगे कि how do you apply these techniques together and you possibly trade the market. Is it a market of option trader or buyer or seller? All of those things we will discuss in a short while. You can clearly see over here, I can see, I'm ending the poll now. I can see 74% of people are expecting markets to go up. Now that's very interesting. Last time इतने नहीं थे, लेकिन अभी ऐसा लग रहा है कि शायद फाइनली ब्रेकआउट आ रहा है. हुआ क्या है, 15,800 से 15,850 के रेंज में इतने बार फॉल्स ब्रेक आ चुका है कि कन्विक्शन ही नहीं है कि ब्रेकआउट जेन्युइन है कि फॉल्स है. इज दैट ट्रू? टेल मी ऑनेस्टली, आपके साथ ऐसा हुआ है कि ब्रेकआउट आ रहा है, लगा लास्ट टाइम आएगा, नहीं आया, फिर रिवर्स हुआ. बैंक निफ्टी लग रहा था ब्रेकआउट आ रहा है, फिर नहीं आया, फिर रिवर्स हुआ, फाइनली नीचे के वक्त लगा कि ब्रेक डाउन हो रहा है एंड मार्केट फिर रिवर्स होके ऊपर की ओर. सो दिस इज हैपनिंग बिकॉज मार्केट इज स्टक इन अ रेंज. रेंज में ऐसा ही होता है. ऊपर एंड ऑफ द रेंज में इफ यू आर अ ट्रेंड फॉलोइंग गाय, you will expect a breakout to happen. And if you are the guy who is expecting reversals, you might be making money, but once the trend starts, then you will be out. So it's always that way. And क्या करने की कोशिश करते हैं? See, normally what happens is when majority is expecting that the bank nifty should go up, it will not. That's why the fall. So majority of the people got out. Now when everyone is out and they are not sure where the market is headed, now the trend starts. That's how the market plays with you. You need to be smart enough to understand that. You need to be smart enough to get out early on when the markets are not possibly giving you money. Take a small hit, get out, but keep riding the trend once it starts, because when it starts, you're going to make a big money. That's how you can do that. Okay, so let me now go back on the chart now very quickly, and really glad to see each one of you here. And I can see Kenil is here. He has been my mentee and he had done exceptionally well. A lot of learning still on his way. Saurabh is here. Great to see each one of you. Shekhar, Ashutosh, and HP. That's an interesting name. Tarun, very good evening to you as well. So I'm stopping the results, and if you are able to see my screen now, I can clearly going to discuss about the market. Rohit, great to see you. Kubar as well from my mentorship. There are so many people who are here from who are my mentees, and it's always pleasure to be with you all again, because that I really enjoy talking to you all. So Kubar is of course a mentee, so it's always a pleasure to be interacting with you all, because you understand me the best possible way when we did that mentorship, right? And Kenil is saying we enjoy listening. Absolutely. I enjoy talking and these people enjoy listening. That's why we really interact. Okay, great. चलिए देखते हैं market में. So by the way, next mentorship batch is starting in July, which is just we are going to be having the next 3 to 4 months of mentorship, which is starting. Let's just go on this chart and open up Nifty right now. What is happening with Nifty? Before going on to this chart, let's go on the volume profile chart, shall we? Chale, volume profile. Let's just check that. And okay, someone was asking for a YouTube link. I think my colleague will share across YouTube link on the Zoom chat. Whoever wanted to go to the YouTube, and ensure you click on that subscribe so that you don't miss out on any kind of alerts on webinars we keep doing. So I'm going to open up, and one more thing I just wanted to share across very quickly. We do publish now very short 30-second kind of a video in the morning on Instagram. I do that most of the time on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @Ashish, because it's very easy and convenient to simply record and upload it there. And I talk about what is the strategy for the day on Nifty, whether you should do an option buying or option selling, and what is the range that you can expect. Basis of that, you can possibly do a lot of strategy around, Nifty के बारे में. So overall बाजार में हो क्या रहा है, ठीक है? This is the volume profile chart. Are you able to see my screen? Okay. Okay, here. So are you able to see? Okay, perfect. So let us just understand what is happening on the markets on the daily time frame. Let's just go and check. If you look at it, it's very interesting market right now, because we are seeing it stuck in a range since this day. So ये था 7th of June. पूरा June अगर आप देखेंगे तो broadly it has not done anything, but essentially it is just stuck in a range. That is what we can make out. Now volume profile होता क्या है? See, volume profile से ये पता चलता है कि मार्केट का ओवरऑल वॉल्यूम्स कहाँ जनरेट हुआ. सी, कोई भी प्राइस पॉइंट है, इट्स गोइंग टू बी इंपॉर्टेंट only if there has been a significant volume around that price point. So if you look at this chart, and it's a daily Nifty futures chart, daily Nifty futures continuous chart, if you are looking at it, you can clearly see that at this point of time 14,770 is the level, which is also kind of a vertex. This is not a triangle, but this looks like a balancing level. I'm again repeating. Let me just annotate it for you on the screen here. If you're looking at this level, you look at this chart, it looks like a balancing level. If you look at this, the entire balance of the market is established at this level, and that is very, very clearly observed by volume profile. So volume profile से वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल होता क्या? अभी तक आपने देखा था वॉल्यूम्स नीचे दिखते हैं, बट व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू सी इज कि वो पॉइंट पे एट दैट प्राइस point, how much is the volume? So for example, at this price point, and now this level is, let me just very quickly tell you what is this level that we just observed. Exact level is 14,760. Around 14,760, 750 approximately, there has been a huge volume profile being created. So ये जो right side में आप chart देख रहे हैं, this chart is known as a volume profile chart. And you can clearly see this is like a normal distribution which has happened. And this is the level which is very, very important. Now, as a trader, you might think यार 14,700 तो बहुत दूर है. अभी देख के क्या फायदा? See, Indian markets, one thing you realize, no level is far away. It may be on upside or may be on downside. You don't know how fast that can come. So always keep that an open mind. So in case whenever there is a correction which is coming in, that is the level which is very important. इस लेवल के 70% ऑफ द डेटा को हम बोलते हैं वैल्यू एरिया हाई, एंड दिस वी कॉल इट एज अ वैल्यू एरिया लो, where 70% of the data lies. So that is what we make out. So 14,750 is an important level, which is right now we know. So in the future, whenever there is a move on the downside which comes in, this is the level which will act as a wall. It will stop prices with very high certainty. You can say that. If the same concept, let us now apply on an hourly chart. The same concept, we will now apply it on an hourly chart. See, this is a volume profile and very less people talk about it. I'm talking about it. I'm going to talk about wave pattern also that we are seeing right now. That's how people know me. Also, one more thing, many of the people I spoke with, they think that I only talk advanced stuff, not for them. But people who are actually a part of any of my programs, they will thoroughly believe that I talk the most simplistic stuff. Okay, very good evening, Hari Kishan, to you as well. Now, if we are looking at this hourly chart of Nifty, you can clearly see that this level, this is futures chart, 15,700. I think future कितना premium पे कोई बता सकता है? 30 points premium, right? So on the spot chart 15,670 around that zone. So मतलब 15,650 से 15,700 is the level where we have a huge volume profile or the point of control. This is the prominent point of control where we see a biggest volume at that price point, which means a lot of things happened at that specific price point. And that's why this low which you can see here is clearly found support on those levels. You can see here a resistance found around. So always remember, there is a zone. It's not going to be to the point. It's always a zone. Look at this. Again, it acted as a very classic support. So our support here, we can see it is acting as resistance here. We can see acting as resistance here. It managed to break above that. But as I said, this is nothing but a magnet. Magnet का मतलब होता है कि prices अगर उसके नीचे जाते हैं, it tries to pull it towards that. If it goes up, it tries to pull down towards that until and unless you move far away from the magnetic force. Now, I am a guy from an engineering background, isliye I'm talking in that language. And it's a common natural phenomenon. Unless you move far away from the force, you will keep pulling back to it. Same thing with the gravitational pull, right? Unless you are far away from the Earth's gravitational pull, you will keep pulling back to it. Once that breaks and you are far away, then you are in the space. Same stuff here. Now, how do you know? How do we know that we have moved far away from the pull, from this magnetic pull which is on the upside and the downside? How do we know we have moved far away? In order to do that, what do we do is, if you are looking at this chart, we try to understand by looking at this chart how much of the data is possibly covering 70% of the volume profile. Let us just check the setting here first. If we have 70% of the volume profile, which is shown, yes. So the value area percentage is 70 is what we can see here. So if I'm just going to take a little, okay, it's just zooming in and zooming out a little too much. I just want to take the data which is sufficient but not less. So for example, I'm just going to help you with that. Volume profile, जो right side में आप volumes देख रहे हैं, that will keep changing as and when you pull the data. Now if I'm looking at this much of the data, 70%, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया, 70% is the area where the magnetic force usually acts, and that 70% area represents value area high and value area low. Can you tell me the levels? These are futures level, by the way. 15,550 on the downside and 15,900 approximately on the upside over here, where we just closed exactly there. Now this becomes the range of the market, and this is what you can clearly see is the range, and this is where we have moved. So ये जो highlighted area दिख रहा है आपको, ये highlighted area, the dark gray area, that is the value area high and value area low, and we are moving exactly in that specific range. And now we are just on the brink of moving away from that magnetic force. Okay, so can someone tell me the OI data if you can, because that can also give you some insight. How much of the open interest are we seeing for the coming week expiry at around 15,900 or 16,000 odd levels? Can someone tell me, please? Is it sufficient enough, or do you want me to show it to you? So let me just show it to you from an option chain. Do you want me to do that? Shall we? So if I go here, I don't really like the new website of NSE. The old one is always looking much easier and convenient for me. So I go to a Nifty chart here, and I'm going to put in, okay, so there is some issue on the old website. It seems like that. Is it? Okay, you can go to Nifty. It might not load. Then we have to go on the new website only. That means, and we are going to try it out by looking at the OI, and I'm going to put in Nifty here, and I'm going to go and check the chain, option chain. Okay, 1st July is the expiry that I'm looking at right now. And over here, if I go and check my option chain of 15,900 odd levels, do we have significant OI buildup possibly or not? That is what we are trying to figure out. Okay, on the call side. So on 15,900, we have 51,000 as the OI, and there has been an addition in the OI. समझ में आ रहा है आपको कुछ? ये OI जो है, open interest is 51,000, and at 60,000 we have 65,000 OI, which is for obvious reasons. ये जो round figures होते हैं ना, 15,000, 16,000, by default वहाँ पे OI अच्छा होगा ही हो. That you don't really have to bother much because वहाँ होना ही है. It is by default. So we have the next highest OI at 15,900, which is in sync with my volume profile. One. Next, we have the highest OI. 15,800 is okay, approximately, and at 15,700 also I have 52,000 OI. So the balancing which you can see is 52,000 here and 51,000 here, which means 15,700 to 15,900 is possibly the range by which we are analyzing the current OIs and trying to analyze it that way. Maybe you can also do a summation of all the OIs across the expiry of 1 month, and that is a better way of analyzing. But ठीक है, still okay. We can see that Nifty is, that's why, stuck in a range, and we still see addition in the OI. So we are seeing addition in the OI, which means that there is still build up over here, and people are not covering their short positions on the call around 15,900. That's a very interesting thing. अगर इसी चीज को मैं कंबाइन करूं वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल के साथ, so we can see that 15,700 is the level where we can see a very high build up, and this is acting as a magnet, we know that. And we can see 15,900. So do you agree with me that in order for prices to move away from this magnetic field, we need a close above 15,900? Are you with me? हमें 15,900 के ऊपर क्लोज चाहिए, 20 पॉइंट 30 पॉइंट का प्रीमियम है, लेकिन ठीक है, फिर एटलीस्ट स्पॉट पे 15,900 20,930 के ऊपर क्लोज चाहिए, because from that way we will know that okay, it's moving away from the magnetic field and then it can go up. If tomorrow again we have a gap down, just in case, if we move down, then we know it's back into that force and we will again continue to oscillate. Now with this information in mind, can you not form a good trading strategy? Tell me that. ये information के साथ में, can you not form a good trading strategy around this information that we know 15,700 is going to act as a very strong magnetic pull? We know 15,550 is a very strong support now. It should not be possibly breached easily. And 5,900 around that zone is the resistance where we are standing as of now. Now with that as an information, we can form an option trading strategy. कैसे? ऑप्शन बाय करके पैसा नहीं बन रहा है पोजिशनली. आर यू विथ मी? कॉल बाय किया कि पुट बाय किया, पोजिशनली पैसा बनाना, पोजिशनली इंट्राडे में यू कैन, पोजिशनली आई एम टॉकिंग, इवन इंट्राडे इट्स चैलेंजिंग. ओके, बट कैन यू, आर यू विथ मी? समझ में आ रहा है कि ऑप्शन बाय करके पैसा क्यों नहीं बन रहा है? क्योंकि वी आर विद इन द मैग्नेटिक पुल एरिया. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स नॉट हैपनिंग, बिकॉज it is assumed that mean reversion will happen. Because it is assumed mean reversion will happen, option is losing its value, and that is why volatility is coming down. People actually look at the other way. People see that because volatility is falling, the market is stuck in a range. Arey boss, volatility is a derivative of a market movement. Because market is stuck in a range, volatility is falling. कुछ समझ में आ रहा है जो मैं आज बता रहा हूँ? इट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट स्टडी. आई नॉर्मली डोंट talk about these things here. I talk about a lot of these things in my mentorship program and in my other programs. So the volatility इसलिए कम हो रहा है क्योंकि बाजार रेंज में फंस गया है. रेंज ब्रेकआउट जेन्युइननेस कैसे पता चलेगा? जब हम देखेंगे ब्रेक above that higher level. When it happens, it will break from this magnetic force, and then you can start seeing even the wicks can go high. I'm repeating again, it's very different way in which you might understand volatility index. What I am saying is, if the breakout happens, volatility index can show an uptick with the up move. That can be also the case. So that's why, because volatility index represent deviation from the mean. Okay, right now the mean has been sideways. That's why whenever prices break out from a sideways market, it increase with the volatility, the market goes up because there is deviation from the mean. And that's why you will start seeing people, अरे market ऊपर जा रहा है, साथ में volatility भी बढ़, index भी ऊपर जा रहा है, ऐसे कैसे possible है? It happens because it was in a range. That is actually a positive sign, because now people are expecting that the deviation on the upside has happened. So for me, I can clearly see, okay, Omkar is saying after rigorous practice, somewhat my views are in sync with you. I am still working on it. Awesome, Omkar. Omkar, again a mentee. It's fabulous to see you finally in sync. Okay, so I can, so bottom line क्या है? ये सब समझने के बाद हमें करना क्या है? बॉटम लाइन है कि वी वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट द ओवरऑल ट्रेंड फॉर द मार्केट इज राइट नाउ इन अ रेंज. इफ वी सी अ क्लोज अबाउट 15,920 ऑड लेवल्स ऑन अ स्पॉट चार्ट, 900 920 के ऊपर, पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ अ पॉजिटिव ब्रेकआउट विल हैपन. इफ वी फेल टू डू दैट, इफ वी अगेन मूव बैक बिलो 15,800, ये जो दिख रहा है ना, दिस इज अ कॉल्ड एज अ VWAP. VWAP के नीचे अगर हम आते हैं, I think that's a VWAP only plotted, right? Yes. So VWAP के नीचे अगर हम आते, which is around 15,850 के नीचे, again we come and close there below that, an hourly or 2 hours candle, we might again pull back towards this force on the downside. So essentially it's not an option buyer's market still. I think you might get an option buying opportunity later on. It's an option seller's market. In case we move back towards the magnet, start writing the call options on the upside for the coming week expiry. In case we break out from the magnet, maybe you can start writing 15,700 put options, because that's where the magnet was, and it will be very essential for prices not to break below that. So 15,700 can be the put option that you can start writing and keep riding on the upside. That's how you can trade options right now. So it's very interesting to see it that way. Now let us go to the wave pattern, shall we? कुछ समझ में आया? Whatever we discussed, was it very basic? Was it very advanced? नहीं ना, simple science I have explained you. Okay, shall we go to the chart and understand what's happening with the wave pattern? Where is Nifty on the wave chart? So I'm not going to get into much detail. That you can find in my daily morning research report in a much detailed fashion, where I have done all the detail counts and stuff like that. I'm going to talk about what is the overall pattern right now. Okay, I'm going to do that. I see all of you so silent right now. There is absolutely silence in the room. No one is chatting anything. It looks like that. I hope you're getting the entire context of what I am trying to communicate. Okay, fantastic. If you like these webinars, then ensure you share it across and ask people to learn the scientific way. Okay, so right now the overall pattern that I'm looking at from the lows over here, just a second. It's fascinating. I can see so many of you are, that's why just simply listening to me. Okay, I think the overall trend on the market started from the wave perspective. It's some time I've covered wave. From this point, the up move started, because that's where the faster retracement happened. People from Master of Waves will understand this. Now this is an A. There is more than one way to count this rise. It's okay. This is my preference, but not necessarily the only way to count. Okay. This was A. This was a B wave. This is a C, maybe an X here. Then we had all the way moving pattern on the upside, possibly in the form of Y. This fall on the downside is again an X wave, and we had an A here. We might had a completed B here, and we are in C right now. So this is how I am looking at the entire wave structure on an hourly time frame, and I can clearly see it is A, B, C, an X wave, a Y, an X, and right now some pattern ongoing. Now this can be this pattern can be possibly a triangle. We don't know that yet, or another diametric after X. So right now we are in C of this. For this pattern to be valid, we need to see ये level break नहीं होना चाहिए. Now this level also on the volume profile is classic and important. Also on the OI is important. And this level which you see on the downside is the key, because this is the lower end of the volume profile. So this is the volume area low. Right now we are standing at the volume area high, value area high, and this is the point of control. Now that's very interesting, right? Can zigzag be or a flat be a last pattern in complex? Yes, that's allowed and possible. Zigzag or flat can also be the last pattern in a complex corrective way. So right now we are combining various stuff. So we have an OI here, and we can clearly see these value area high and value area low. So I'm combining volume profile with wave theory right now. Wave pattern क्या है? If you're not getting it, it's okay. For now, understand that A हो गया, B हो गया, अभी C चल रहा है. And it's just taking a lot of time. I completely agree. So it's not about the rules not being followed. Even if it's breaking the high and a slower pace. Diametric pattern and triangles are typical behavior where the rise will be slow and still it can go higher. So it's still following the rules. Okay. This entire stuff can also be diametric pattern from the lows. That's also possible. So this is a neowave pattern. This is as per neowave that I'm talking about. And we are currently in wave C, which is going on. How much can wave C extend? How will it go? How will it behave? It all, I'm going to be mentioning that in my morning research. So keep an eye on that. This was A here. This is B. We have to see a break above this level. Once that happens, we will know that C can extend. If C remains smaller than A, we know it is forming possibly an extracting triangle. If C becomes bigger than A, then it is forming a diametric pattern. So the nature of this C wave is going to be very, very important. Okay, that's what you have to possibly look at. Wave Y has taken a diametric pattern again over here. So someone who wants to know what is wave Y, so this is the A, B, somewhere around here, C, D, and E, possibly an F here, and a G here. So this is inside of wave Y if you want to know that. For someone who are elliottwave or the neowave enthusiast, for them I've done these counts, and so overall trading setup is still sideways. Breakout awaited. Monday will be crucial. Break above 15,900. If closing above that, we move away from the magnetic force, and if we have a gap down back to 15,800, then keep writing options of the outside the range. So let's hope to see a good trending move, Daniel. Absolutely. Let's hope to see that. It's still not happening. Okay, Amit is asking, how do I access your research report? You can simply visit wavestrategy.com and go to the pricing section. You can select the research report, equity, financial wave, short-term update. And let me just share it across with you. For people who want to know about the research report, they can simply go to wavestrategy.com. Here is the link. Go to the pricing plans. Once you go to the pricing plans, you click on that and you can simply select the research report. If you go for an annual subscription of this equity research report, we will also be giving you monthly research along with it. Now that's like a classic, right? That's how we are going to do that. And also tomorrow I am speaking at a webinar at 5. Do you want to be a part of it? I'm going to talk about candlesticks, but I'm going to talk about candlesticks, and I'm also going to talk about Bollinger Bands. But you can be a part of it. That's meant for people who want to start looking at candlestick in a very different way. Okay, so tomorrow at 5, I will send across an invite. I'm going to be speaking at NSE today. As I said, there is an event conducted by NSE and a broker. I'm speaking there also. I'm going to take a very quick poll. Will you be wanting to be a part of the 3 months of mentorship program that is starting in July, or will you want to be a part of Master of Technical Analysis of Master of Waves season 2? So here is the poll. For people on the YouTube, my colleague will share across the form and they can just participate and fill in the form where, become market wizard is combination of both MOTA and MOW, and mentorship is combination of everything. So that's what we are going to do. Can you share the NSE link, Radhe Krishna? I am so sorry, but I think it's a closed event for only specific brokers. So I don't think everyone is allowed for that event today at 5. So I have to I don't have much time right now. And also tomorrow I'm going to be speaking. So you can join in tomorrow, ask your friends, family members to be a part of it. If for tomorrow, you just have to be registering on wavestrategy.com/webinar. So you can do that. The website that you see is here, and in mentorship that I'm going to do is going to be fabulous. So this, if you click on this mentorship banner, you will get all the information about mentorship. You can check my video on YouTube. Why mentorship? Why is it important? And it's going to be amazing. See, the early bird on mentorship is ending in just 5 days. So ensure you take advantage of registering yourself for the July mentorship batch. It's going to be fabulous. I've seen so many of you are doing exceptionally well, and there's always a learning that can be there when you are a part of this program. So my colleague will share across the form page where you can simply go and check these videos and be a part of this program here. It's fabulous. Okay, great. I think I've taken a lot of time, and it's fantastic. I'm going to be ending this poll now. और ये बहुत simple methods है. People see me that I am conducting some very advanced methods. ऐसा नहीं है. These are simple methods. It's only that you will have to put your attention to what I talk and the way I'm speaking and the way I'm showing the charts. And I'm always here to brainstorm. So these are all simple methods that you should be definitely looking forward to practice. If you have any queries, doubts, simply tweet it across to me at @KyalAshish. And on the YouTube, ensure you click on that subscribe button so that you keep getting the alerts. Okay, I'm just going to take a question now, two more questions for people who have doubts. Okay, I can see someone has posted across. How do we register for this mentorship program? You can simply contact us. You can go and check the details here, or contact us on 999204 for the mentorship program. You can simply do that. And it's a 3 months, 3 Saturdays it's happening. You will be learning master of technical analysis. You will be learning wave theory. We will do with risk management, money management, all of those things. So you don't really have to worry ki seekhne kya wale. Okay, that's what you can do that. Ramakrishna is asking, where can we find your morning research? You can simply Kiran from Andhra Pradesh. Kiran, you will find your morning research from directly, as I said, go to the wavestrategy.com, go to pricing, and simply select the morning research report, equity research report. You will get everything there. So just subscribe and you will be all set. My team will set it up. And if you subscribe annually, as I said, you will also get the monthly research along with it free. So do that, take advantage of it. Okay, one more question. This is offline program. No, these are all online programs that we are doing. Is your program for beginner? This program that I conduct, it's absolutely for someone who is just starting or someone who is an expert trader. It's for everyone, because we give you access to a lot of videos before the mentorship program. If you have doubts, I don't mind explaining again and again. So you will be learning anything and everything. So if you are a beginner, you are at the right place. If you are already an expert trader, you might have to unlearn a few things. Okay, so that is what I would like to talk about. And Abhijit is asking, what is the fee for mentorship program? The fee is 1,20,000 for the mentorship if you register before the early bird. Post that it is 2,80,000 plus GST. So ensure you are taking care of it on the early bird and you get a part of amazing learning. Okay, fantastic guys, and thank you very much. And I hope this webinar is useful. Saurabh Singh is finding it not useful at all. Saurabh, I think you have spent your 40 minutes and you thought this is not useful. Guys, is this webinar not useful for you people? If not, then I might not talk much. Okay, Ramakrishna is saying exactly the opposite. You are truly good, sir. Your webinar is so fascinating. I am referring my friends as well. Now that's the feedback majority of the people is giving. I'm not sure, Saurabh Singh. If you don't find it useful, don't attend it. At least not make it, waste for everyone else. Let's not waste your comments and energy by attending this webinar. Thank you guys. I have to really rush for my program on NSE right now. I'm already late and I have already taken a lot of your time. Really glad to have each one of you on board and see you for the mentorship, which is starting in July. It's going to be fabulous. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Sayed. Really appreciate your feedback. Swati, Manisha, Kubar, thank you every one of you. Ashish Kyal signing off. And to take advantage of these programs, it's a great learning. As many of you have already said, it's a life transformation. Absolutely. Thank you.